Hello, it's Brighouse Town TV. I'm here with Vil. Can I get your thoughts and opinions on the game, please?
Embarrassed. Not by the result. The result was thoroughly deserved by the opposition. No complaints from me in terms of that. Embarrassed in terms of the effort in the first half. I think, we've come here today and the work rate was nowhere near. It was, and the word I can use is embarrassed. That's it. And I can only apologise to obviously the few that have come today. We started the game really sloppily. We started the game with a lack of sort of aggression with and without the ball, certainly from midfield. We didn't make the effort in midfield. We didn't make the effort up front. I thought we were poor up front. Again, we give the first goal away because we're sloppy, whether it's a penalty. We've got players discussing whether it's a penalty. That's irrelevant. We give the referee a decision to make, and he's made it, and he's given them the penalty 1-0. And then, to be honest, the only team that ever looked like scoring again in the first half was them, and they did. Again, through our lack of aggression, desire to win the ball. Lad travels from our left-hand side there right across the box. We've got two players against one, and we still don't deal with it, and he squirms it through the legs and beyond the keeper 2-0. And at half time, which was really disappointing, I asked a question around work rate, and too many of them couldn't answer that question. And that's it. That's the bottom line. They worked harder than us. They wanted it more than us, and it showed in the result. I had several players today that just didn't turn up. Didn't turn up for one reason or another. I think that reason is because they thought today were going to be easy, because they thought, the performance of last week would carry them through today. And that's not football. That's not non-league football. That's not this level. Whether you're top or whether you're bottom, it makes no odds. If you don't turn up and you don't put the effort in, you're going to get beat, or it's going to be difficult for you. And that's what's happened to us today. We're not have the mentality or the ability to not work hard and win football matches. We can't do that. We're not in a position to do that, and we've earned. Some of the lads in there have learned a harsh lesson today. And as I said, the disappointing thing is, we improved second half. We did. I'll give them that. But again, we still not, look like a threat really to a point. Huffed and puffed here and there, bits and pieces here and there. But again, they've got the penalty, and again, it's the same player gives away the penalty. Through our own sloppiness, I must add, 3-0, and they deserve for it. We get one back at the end, the penalty at the end, but we made it hard for ourselves today, and just by not working hard, we've got what we deserved, which is nothing.
Obviously, yeah, 2 penalties conceded there. Are you frustrated in the sense that those penalties probably shouldn't have even really had a chance to be given in the first place? For example, Curtis Peters with the conceding the first penalty in the first half. Was it a challenge you really needed to make?
No, both penalties. Again, the opposition haven't worked hard to score their 3 goals today. Right, that's been the story of our season, and that's the frustrating thing. The opposition doesn't have to work hard to score against us. But that aside, even if you take that out of it, we haven't worked hard enough. And what's frustrating more than anything is the contrasting performance, effort, and energy from Monday, New Year's Day, to today. What a difference a week makes, and you go from being, and that's the highs and lows of being a manager. You can't take the highs too high, you can't take the lows too low. You've got to get on with it. You've got to try and fix it, find a solution. And today's shown that we've been nowhere near it. And I focus on the work rate because that's the issue. That was the issue, which is not something I can point. I've had to point at these lads too often. in terms of work rate. This is probably only the second time this has happened, but it's at the worst possible time because you're coming into a situation on the back of some good performances, but it shows that, you know, I said in there, I don't believe in momentum. I think it's a rubbish word. I use harsher language, but it's a rubbish word. It doesn't mean anything. Momentum is nothing in football. It's about your attitude and how you are for that day. You know, just because you've won 1 game, 10 games, 5 games in a row, or lost 5 games in a row, it makes no odds. The next game you play is the one that you can either lose or the one that you can either win. And it's all about how you approach that game, and today we've not approached it in the right way, and that's what's more frustrating than anything else.
And obviously a better second half performance, much better than the first. A player that was brought on in the second half, Jack Crook, do you think he made a big difference?
Yeah, he made a massive difference, he did. Disappointing, obviously. You know, he's gone away with his partner, and unfortunately he couldn't get in time to start the game. He didn't get him here till after kick-off, and it disrupts what you're doing, disrupts your team selection, and that did make a difference. I can't say it didn't. I'm not saying we would have won the game, you know, with him in it, but certainly it made a difference, you know, him coming on the second half. But frankly, we couldn't have got any worse. So yes, he did make a difference, and you know, Jack's, you know, he's in good form, and he's been in good. He's had a good mentality towards his games recently, and he had that again today. But it wasn't enough.
And now next game against Grimsby Barrow. What are your thoughts on the game for next week then?
Well, if we play like that, we'll get beat. Simple as that. So we've got to be better than that. And you know, it'll be a tough week tonight. It's a tough week this week in terms of training. They know that because the work rate's got to be better. And if they've not got I always say, if you've not got the fitness to do it on a Saturday, we'll have to do it on a Tuesday and Thursday to get it right. You know, if one hard game on a Monday takes it out of you for 10 days with rest in between, then there's something not right there, and that's the message. You know, do I believe that's what it is? No, I think it's an attitude thing. You know, coming to Grantham, who have 1 point in 6, and it's a slack attitude, which naive because you've got the inexperience in there. But that's the only way I can address it. You know, in terms of physically, that's how we've got to address it, because mentally, you know, they've got to learn and react and mature, because certainly we weren't that today.
Cheers, Phil. Thank you for your time.
Top man.